Okay, so that final episode came out, and I think it was pretty good. So I'm going to kind of do a little bit of rundown, kind of look at what our predictions were and where we missed. So one of the things that we missed on was I kind of thought there was going to be a little bit of romance between Bucky and Sharon. I didn't know that Sharon would end up being, even up to the last moment, I didn't believe Sharon would end up being the power broker. I'm still very confused about that. What I think is going on is, I think we're talking about Femme Force, not to be confused with Femme Fatale. Femme Force was a bunch of agents that were female agents that really kicked some backside. And Agent 13, Sharon Carter, was part of that. So was Agent 14, which is Val. I did like that they introduced Val into the group. So I kind of think that maybe Power Broker is a misdirect, and that Sharon Carter is like a double agent there. And that they're running an operation that is to, I don't know, maybe catch those bad guys, but I don't know. That's pretty deep cover because as soon as she's given clearance, she starts calling folks to say, "Hey, I'm going to bring in more toys, like armor and that kind of thing, weapons." I think that leads us to armor wars in the future, so that's kind of interesting. Let's see what else happened. It was kind of as we go down. Of course, the introduction of Sam as Captain America and his new wingsuit, or whatever we want to call it, uniform, was kind of cool. I really like that they brought him in right away. I like that they kept the reveal from occurring too soon. I think they did that pretty well. I like that we didn't have a battle royale with U.S. Agent. They kind of the other two accepted U.S. Agent as being misguided, but not a bad guy. And I like that it kind of showed that his shield wasn't quite as strong as Captain America's. You know, it's just a steel shield, but still, if you threw a manhole cover on somebody, you would quickly discover that would hurt. First off, it's heavy and you wouldn't be able to do it, but obviously, if you have the super soldier serum, you probably could. And that's kind of where that went. I mean, if you get whacked with a manhole cover, you're not having a good day, and that's kind of what happened there. And then Carly just kicking it off like it was nothing. Kind of shows the difference between I was going to say adamantium, the vibranium, and steel. Let's see, everybody working together, kind of without even talking about it as a team, was nice. I like that Sam was trying to, even up to the end, redeem Carly and the other Flag Smashers. Seems that I really like that Zemo had Jeeves. I forget I don't know if they even said a name for the butler, but blew up the Flag Smashers, so that was interesting too. Agent 13 acted like she was trying to save folks too, but then killing the one guy with what they call it, some kind of acid or mercury vapor or something like this. That was it. And I was like, wow. And then killing Carly was kind of pretty rough too. I don't know. It could be that Agent Carter, and then they released the Shang-Chi promo. I guess you call it teaser video, but before the last episode, and I kind of thought, oh man, so that means Mandarin's actually the power broker, and whatever. So yeah, I thought that there was going to be something in this episode that would kind of throw us that way, and they wanted to get ahead of it. I know this episode was supposed to come out after Black Widow, so I kind of think that Julia Louis-Dreyfus is supposed to be in, I think he'll end up being in Black Widow. I guess. So I think we'll find out how rough and tumble she is, and she is in the comics, and she is an agent, which is a lot of stuff there. So she's super smart. She keeps track of lots of different information and that kind of thing. And yeah, I think she's a great character, and it's a great introduction. I think Sharon Carter. So I go through this episode. I think Sharon Carter was well utilized. She was underutilized in the other movie she was in, so I kind of like that. I don't like that silly twist. I like Zemo. Now Zemo being at the raft, that's another interesting thing that leads to the Thunderbolts. But what I'm not sure about is if we're leading to the Thunderbolts or if we're leading to Dark Avengers. So I can see that going either way. Same thing, I like that now we have a U.S. agent. They can use the name U.S. agent. They get the new uniform. That's kind of neat. So I think he's going to be running, Shield's going to be running him over whoever Val is under right now. I'm afraid that Val might be Hydra. And it could be that U.S. agent is going to be misguided. Because basically he wants to be, it seems like he wants to be in the military, right? He wants to continue his military service, and that means being run. That doesn't mean making the rules, that means following orders. And that's the difficulty with Captain America. He isn't a part of the government. He is maybe, originally he was supposed to be a government agent to some degree. But ultimately, by breaking with the government and doing his own thing, I thought that was, he became a simple but a free agent. Where John Walker was interested in actually continuing being that government agent, and as a government agent, you follow directions, you follow orders. Those orders, if they say kill a terrorist, that you're not supposed to think about how that affects anything. That's for somebody above you to think. You're supposed to follow orders, and that was a difficulty. Hey, he was in his mind. He was following orders. That's a tough one. I do like that he saw how Sam and Bucky did things, and he backed them up. So, it shows John Walker isn't a bad guy. He's rougher than Captain America. He shouldn't be Captain America. And in the comics, you quickly find out he shouldn't be Captain America. I like that in the comics he talked to mom and dad. I mean, my dad's passed, and I talk to him every now and again. Maybe not with other people around, but each of us have a spiritual belief, and whatever. So I talked to my ancestors, but he did it with people around. So it's kind of a little bit crazy stuff, and I like that they've done that a little bit here on the show. Him talking to Lamar. What else? I don't know. I really I didn't like the last episode. They should have utilized, instead of talking about, it's a visual medium, right? Instead of talking about Isaiah Bradley's struggles, they could have started with the talk and faded into them showing story. It was a great read, and it's a great story. I do really like that they put Isaiah Bradley's statue up there. You know, interesting stuff. If you look on statistics, I guess you could say the race. I mean, it's kind of, we're all red inside, so we're all truly the same race. So it's kind of a weird animal, but Native Americans represent by far the largest minority that joins military service. I'm one of them, and yet very seldom do people recognize that. As a matter of fact, most people think Native Americans are deceased, so it's a tough thing. But nobody builds a Native American statue, although there are many other statues for other races. It's I don't know. Maybe there are. Y'all comment down below. I just have. I don't know. It's a tough one. They're right now building something in the Smithsonian for Native Americans that have served, and I can't wait till it's built. I want to go and see it. But I don't know. Whatever. So I do like that portion where they built that into, not just into somewhere in the Smithsonian, but in the Captain America display. And I assume if I slow this down, and I'm going to, there'll be some verbiage and some information about Isaiah Bradley, I hope. And I think that leads us into Elijah, becoming the super patriot. So that's exciting stuff. I waffle on whether or not this show obviously led into Young Avengers. There's no waffling there. Same as WandaVision. But I kind of wonder whether or not this show leads into Thunderbolts or leads into the Dark Avengers. And so with Wanda opening the multiverse, I think the Spider-Verse is going to blow up in the Spider-Man movie. And I'm going to make a video about that. But with that, I think Norman Oswald will come out. I said Oswald will come out of the Spider-Verse, and I think he's going to take over and make Oscorp. But more, I think he's going to make the Dark Avengers. I do believe that we're going to find out that maybe U.S. Agent is going to be a member of that Dark Avengers, and that will actually be a positive thing, because in truth, U.S. Agent is a hero. So I know a lot of people are hating on the U.S. Agent, and they're wrong to. And even more, I've heard that people have made threats against the actor. In case you don't know it, it's a TV show. It's fake, and it's cool to watch and it's cool to talk about, but in no way, shape, or form is it real. Nobody was experimented on. Nobody has super soldier serum. Nobody is a super soldier. There ain't no Incredible Hulk. I don't know if I'm ruining y'all's Christmas by telling you this about maybe issues with possibly there not being a Santa Claus. But that guy's an actor, and he was a really good actor, enough to make you feel hate for him. That means he did his job right. Y'all don't go and give this guy death threats. Jeez Louise. Some people, I don't know, maybe when they were born, they were dropped on their head too often. I don't know. But this guy did a great job. He portrayed the U.S. Agent perfectly, and he portrayed him taking the role of Captain America perfectly, spot on. And I mean, just every little bit of it was just perfect. So I would say if you get an opportunity, don't send this guy a death threat. Send him a thank you note. And I think if we make the Dark Avengers and it may be conflouted with defending the world against the Dark Avengers. And I don't wonder if John Walker is a part of the Dark Avengers, and he ends up figuring out that they're bad guys, not good guys, and he joins in with the Thunderbolts and defend the world. Something will happen, I think, that will cause the Avengers to not be around, to be assembled, and so that's kind of where we're at right now, actually, where Captain America, old Cap, is gone. Iron Man has passed away. I don't know where the Incredible Hulk is, but as far as we know, Thor is with the Guardians of the Galaxy out in the world, universe. I mean, same thing with the folks, Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel. She's off. Wanda is kind of in the middle of her meltdown. We just don't have Avengers right now, and so it leaves the world vulnerable to a possible attack. How the Avengers originally came together to sell comic books, but also to kind of feel safe, and they stayed together. And yeah, people came in, people left, but yeah, I can see that. I can see that could be what happens. Is there's nobody to defend the country, and so Norman Osborn comes through and builds his own Avengers team of Dark Avengers. There's rumors that in the Thor movie, Zeus is going to be there. That could lead to Hercules. Hercules was a great character in the comics, but it also leads to Ares, the god of death, who was in Dark Avengers. We don't have any Wolverine, so we don't really need a Wolverine knockoff, which was Wolverine's son Draken being a part of the Dark Avengers. Songbird isn't a thing, but I still think, well, I know that they made a point of showing that there's 3 vials of super soldier serum somewhere, and I think that will come to fruition maybe in the next couple of years, something like that, some use of that. Now remember, when the Black Widow movie comes out, we've seen that Guardian's there, and he's a Russian super soldier, so we'll see that. I think they're going to say that the Black Widows have some amount of some type of super soldier serum as well. So I imagine when they say they're sisters or whatever, I think we'll find that they all have that super soldier serum. So it could be that a bad Black Widow gets brought into the Dark Avengers. So I could see that. In the comics, it was an issue happened, something or other happened that caused the Young Avengers to become a part of the world. So it could be that those Dark Avengers, when they get created, the Young Avengers rise to defend the world. It could, and that could be like it was in the comics, kind of in the background, like low level stuff, street level stuff. That's not true. There's a lot of groundbreaking stuff that they did too. So I don't know. It could be that the Thunderbolts. So the Thunderbolts originally were a team of bad guys that got tired of getting their butts handed to them, and so they became good guys in the front, with a plan of doing bad stuff in the background. That way, the good guys would kind of stay off their back. It ended up not being that way. It ended up that those bad guys became good guys, and then slowly the Thunderbolts became, the Red Hulk, or General Thunderbolt Ross there was leading them, and they would get it was almost like the MCU's version of now I can't think of the name, Suicide Squad. So they would get time off of their sentence, but were run by Ross. So I could see that, as they put bad guys into the raft, since Ross is running the raft, it's rather easy for him to point out 5 or 6 of them, put them in his own uniform, a little bit different than their original one. That way people don't know that they're bad guys. So, Zemo is recognizable as Zemo. Well, throw a purple helmet on him or whatever. Although it was shown in this portion, the only one that really knows is Bucky and Falcon. And actually, that's a good point. Maybe some people in the world saw not Zemo but the purple face shield or mask, and think, oh, hey, that must have been a good guy. They were fighting alongside Bucky and Falcon, who is now Captain America. I was kind of disappointed they didn't bring out Joaquin Torres, but obviously they're going to. I wouldn't be surprised if he then becomes one of the Young Avengers, although I don't think he was in the comics. I just feel like all of these are setting up other things. I think it was a good story, a nice story altogether. I was kind of disappointed because about 80-90% of what happened I kind of figured was going to happen. I do like the couple of little turns that didn't work out, I didn't foresee, like Val. I didn't like the one with Sharon, but whatever. I mean, all in all, I thought it was a pretty good story. I don't think it was good as Wanda. So once you actually watch WandaVision, I think you find that it's a better story. It's a more intrigue, more, I don't know, and it stays true to the characters. The only thing I say would be kind of not good for the characters is the boner moment and the white Vision just piecing out. Other than that, I think it was a great story. So on this one, I think I would give both an A, but I think I would give an A+ to WandaVision because it was such an interesting way to tell the story, and they used the medium well, where they showed us stuff. Hey, they could have just said, Wanda went to this, Wanda did that. Instead, they brought us to the story and let us see it. And I was kind of disappointed they didn't do that with Isaiah Bradley. I think that was a miss. And there was a couple of times where I thought, flashback scene should have gone here. Yeah, I'm not a cinema guy, but I just felt that would have been better. Again, I think of these as moving comic books. So when I read a comic book, I don't want to read an hour's worth of dialogue necessarily. I want to see a pretty picture that explains everything with a boom, bang, kabow. and that's what we were missing out on here. We had this time where he went and saw Isaiah Bradley, and we had a bunch of dialogue. In a comic book, that would have been just killer to have whatever. But I have read comic books where you turn the page and there's a bunch of stuff there. So I guess it's possible, but yeah, even when they do that, I feel like it's a waste of a comic book there, where you could make that into one page instead of 50 pages. Let's see. Yeah, on this episode though, I liked every scene with Isaiah Bradley. I liked him watching the show. You could see in his face when it switched, where he went from no self-respecting black man would want the title to that's the self-respecting black man. I'm wrong. And as adults, we often can look at ourselves and say, I was wrong. it was a little heavy-handed. I didn't like the Sam speech that he gave. Although, I understand the sentiment. It's rather easy to say terrorist. Are all terrorists bad? Yeah. Look, at one point he talked to Carly and he said, I can't get behind this portion. I understand what you're saying, but, and the but is tough. So if you tell me hurting people is wrong and treating people differently is wrong, I'm behind you. I agree with you. If you tell me hurting people is wrong and you're hurting people, that's not right at all. And that's where, if you want to stand up with the sign, if you want people to hear you, I'm going to listen to you. I may not agree with you. I'll listen to you. If you're burning down a building, not only am I not listening to you, I'm defending the building. Everybody has a right to freedom of speech. Nobody has a right to hurt other people or hurt other people's property. And so I agree with Sam to some degree. I fall down on the part where I say we shouldn't have these titles like terrorist. I don't know, guys. Tell me what you think. So, I liked Bucky and him, their interactions. I liked how Bucky did things. He just threw a motorcycle at him and started fighting. I like how Sam did things. I like when they were talking. He's like, Sam's like, "Hey, Bucky, his helicopter's taking off." He's like, "Yeah, flying's your thing, bud." I don't know what to tell you. And I like that he had the mental fortitude to kind of peace out on his fight with Baltrock and jump out a window. I like how he used the a shield, threw it, knowing that he was going to be able to pick it up, and he flew down and grabbed it. I like how it slid onto his back so easily, and obviously had ways to attach it. I liked that he got to use the new Red Wing. Now, the things I didn't like was they didn't really show us a whole lot of upgrades to the suit. They showed us some things, but really they left it to our imagination. I think we'll find later on that there have been quite a few upgrades to the suit. I was hoping that we'd see something like the Black Panther suit, where when they hit him, that kinetic energy is then transferred into a energy blast or something like this. And we didn't see anything like that, but we could in the future. But we did see the shield and the wings used as a shield. That was kind of cool. So his entrance into MCU, I think, was a positive one. I think the world saw him. Hey, look, that's a Black Falcon, and no, that's Captain America. That was kind of cool. All right, guys. Well, let me know what you think. We're going to make another video. It's going to be 7 weeks before the TV show Loki comes out. Basically, Marvel seems to have said, okay, who are the people who are the characters in these shows? And they're like, well, Wanda and Vision. WandaVision. Next show, I think it's I don't know, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Got it. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. All right. Who's the next one? Loki. Let's just name it Loki. Seems pretty easy. If they make a Hulk movie or TV show, I bet it's going to be called The Hulk. So I'm excited about this one. I think this is going to be more on the kind of the WandaVision making a entrance into the multiverse. So I think we're going to see a lot more of that. All right, folks. If you think of anything, let me know. I want to hear from you. Talk to you later. Graybeard out.